Hello, I'm Heather.
And I'm Ryan.
Welcome to the podcast. It's game night, it's sibling rivalry, it's a walk down memory lane, but most importantly, it's politics free.
Guaranteed.
Welcome to round 3 of Same, but Different. Real quick before we start, if this is not your first episode of Same, but Different, and you don't want to hear the instructions again, skip ahead about a minute and a half to the start of the game. Here's how it works. We have 2 sets of cards, a blue set and a red set. On each of the blue cards is a scenario in which you might say something. And on each of the red cards is another scenario that might be a little more risque. For example, on a blue card, we might have something you can say while buying a car. On a red card, we might have and while hooking up with a stranger. Ryan and I, prior to recording and independently of each other, will come up with as many answers as we can to the combined scenarios. For example, using our cards above, something you can say while buying a car and while hooking up with a stranger, we might come up with the response,
Does this come with Loop for Life?
Or, I get a discount, right? We will compare notes and see who has come up with the highest number of unique responses, with 1 point awarded for each unique response, meaning the other person didn't also think of it. Whoever comes up with the highest number of unique responses earns the highest number of points and wins the ever-coveted Gloating Rights trophy.
Until we play again.
Again, the game we're playing is called Same, but Different. It was created by What Do You Meme and is available to purchase at whatdoyoumeme.com. Link in the show notes. They are not a sponsor. And finally, it should be noted that for podcast purposes, we are playing a modified version of the original game. The current running score is Ryan, 21, Heather, 31. Ryan, are you ready to compare notes?
I am ready.
Excellent. Here are our first 2 cards. On the blue card, something you can say as a sports commentator. And on the red card, and while lingerie shopping. So altogether, that is something you can say as a sports commentator and while lingerie shopping. What you got, bro?
Go!
Weak, but I'll allow it.
Nothing but net.
Okay. Would you say that while lingerie shopping?
Sure, if I'm shopping for fishnets.
Okay, I'll allow it. Please continue.
It's gut check time.
Okay, nice. That was a good one.
You think you could do a full Nelson in that?
Nice. Wow, you're on a roll. What else you got?
He's definitely getting a home run tonight.
Damn it. All right, I had, forget second base. This will get him all the way home. I think they cancel out.
Fair enough. You don't want a tight end there.
Oh, I've got a tight end joke as well.
All right. He's going to penetrate the O-line.
Nice. Very nice.
Great snatch.
Okay.
There we go. That's all I got.
How many was that with the 2 that canceled out?
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 6.
All right. 6 for Ryan. All right. Here's what I've got. He's going to dribble those balls. Oh, let me remind everyone, the card combo is something you can say as a sports commentator and while lingerie shopping. Ain't nothing but a slam dunk.
Bam.
Who wants to score over here? Tonight is going to be wild.
Good one.
Yeah. Who wants to find the end zone? That is just blown coverage. And last but not least, touchdown Cougars.
Heather, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. Okay, I worked really hard this week
I know you did.
because I really wanted to get a win today.
I mean, I don't have that many answers for any of the rest of them. Some of these were
Good.
hard. All right, so that gives me a total of 7. Let me indicate that on the scorecard.
Don't even give me a chance to catch up.
Well, Ryan, it's crucial that I win this game. So that's why. All right. On the blue card, something you can say during your driver's test. On the red card, and after throwing up. That's something you can say during your driver's test and after throwing up. Ryan, proceed.
I have to slow down.
I've got to slow down. I've got it right there, number 1.
I know you do because I saw it in the notes and I made sure to put it on mine.
Oh, you saw it in the notes?
Yep.
How many?
What?
How many of my answers appeared in the notes that I uploaded?
Just the one.
Okay, thank God.
We're going to need some traffic cones.
Okay. I guess.
Heather, if you vomit on the floor, you got to put up cones, redirect
Okay.
traffic.
All right. Okay, fine.
I didn't
Go on.
see the signs.
Okay,
I don't feel so good.
good one.
I should have pumped the brakes.
Okay.
Didn't see that coming.
Wait, so how many is that so far?
So 5 if you don't include pumping the brakes and slowing down.
Okay, and what else you got? To remind
That was-
everyone, something. Oh, that's all you got?
That's it.
Okay. So here are my answers for something you can say during your driver's test and after throwing up. My tummy feels icky, which I guess was kind of the same as your I don't feel well.
Yeah, I don't feel so
Is
good.
it? Yeah. And that was a one-way street.
Okay.
Didn't think there was going to be an avalanche.
Okay.
Well, I just hope it passes.
Excellent.
All right, so Ryan, you get 4,
Yep.
and I get 3. So you actually beat me on one part of this round. Pat
Fucking
yourself
thank
on the
God.
back. Third card. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
On the blue card, something you can say at an all-you-can-eat buffet. On the red card, and after getting pushed into a pool. That's something you can say at an all-you-can-eat buffet and after getting pushed into a pool. Go ahead, Ryan.
I swallowed too much.
Okay,
This is awesome.
sure.
Help me. Now I have to clean myself up.
Okay.
My clothes weren't supposed to get this wet. I'm gonna dive right in.
I mean, it seems appropriate. Ryan,
Yes.
that gives you 6 total unique responses.
Excellent.
Okay, so to remind everybody, something you can say at an all-you-can-eat buffet and after getting pushed into a pool. I'm going to take a break and come back for more.
Excellent.
Maybe you liked the pool. I don't know.
Maybe so.
Personally, I would be annoyed by that, but some people are weird. Who
Especially
knows?
fully clothed. Yeah, that would suck. But if maybe you realized how refreshing the water was, maybe you're just gonna strip down and go for more.
Stranger things have happened. There's fish.
In a pool? Okay.
What if it's a koi pool?
Mosaic at the bottom, I suppose.
Or an inflatable fish.
Oh, there you
know?
go.
Huh?
All right.
Quit shoving. What is this green sludge?
Ew.
Hey, some buffets are gross. I've been there.
Oh, for sure.
It tastes terrible.
Yeah.
And then I got a little punny on the last one.
I'm all for puns.
This will whet my appetite.
So dumb.
It
but I
was super
appreciate
dumb. Sometimes I'm proud of how dumb I can be. I don't know what I just said. Let's continue.
All right.
Okay. Fourth set of cards. On the blue card, something you can say while your dad is helping you with math homework. On the red card, and in a love poem. That's something you can say while your dad is helping you with math homework, and in a love poem. Ryan, what you got?
Give me a sign. S-I-N-E. Sign.
Oh, punny.
Mm-hmm.
Very punny. Love it.
I was supposed to solve for X, but I'm glad I found you.
Oh, yours are much cleverer than mine. Excellent. Please continue.
This is easy as pie. P-I.
Oh my God, that's the most obvious one of all. That's a good one.
You've got a significant figure there.
Good.
Just give me a fraction and I can solve all your problems.
Okay.
That's the nicest arc length I've ever seen.
Right.
That's all I got.
6. Oh my God, 6 with the puns. I was trying to do something about a sine and a cosine and like a hypotenuse.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, I don't remember what those fucking things are. But here's what I got. So it's something you can say while your dad is helping you with math homework, and in a love poem, I deserve the answer.
Mm-hmm.
My heart aches for the solution. This is a problem most foul. Sounded poetic anyway.
It does.
Yeah. And finally, 10 roses are red, 6 violets are blue.
Nicely done.
Thank you. And on we go to our final set of cards. Ryan,
Mm-hmm.
on the blue card, something you can say to a priest. On the red card, and when you have food poisoning. That's something you can say to a priest, and when you have food poisoning.
I need to let my demons out.
Brilliant.
I look like I need an exorcism.
Quite similar, but I'll allow it.
I was praying to the porcelain god.
Nice one.
I should have fasted.
Okay.
Forgive me, for I am a glutton.
Oh, damn it. I've been a glutton. I have that one.
Ah.
Right.
I feel like pestilence is here.
Good.
That's all I got.
Well, Ryan, that is a whopping 5.
Woot!
Woot woot. All right, something you can say to a priest, and when you have food poisoning. Something you can say to a priest, and when you have food poisoning. Jesus, Mary, Mother of God, help me. And just read me my last rites. You've had food poisoning, right? I think we've talked about that.
I don't think I have ever had food poisoning.
Oh my God, I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. It's the most god-awful thing. It's awful. I think I told the story already on the podcast.
I was going to say, I feel like I have the stomach of a dog. I can eat some pretty nasty stuff and...
Just tell me you don't eat your own shit and I'll let it go.
Hey, listen, I vomit on the ground. I don't let that shit go to waste.
God, it's gross. This took a turn I was not anticipating. God.
When I need a
my
snack,
Lord.
I go to the kitty litter box.
Oh, for the love of God, Ryan. I love you.
Crunchy
So-
and gooey.
You scored. Oh my good Lord. I took the dog out for her to go to the bathroom before we recorded, and she totally got some old frozen poo that I guess we missed because it's like snowy and cold out.
Mhm.
And she was gnawing on it. And I was like,
no.
well, I'm going to allow it because I'm not touching that to get it out of your mouth. And oh my God, Ryan, there's nothing worse than getting your face tongue bathed by a dog that's just eaten its own shit.
Oh,
my
God.
God, it's terrible. It's absolutely terrible.
Oh, Heather, that
dogs
is
are great.
disgusting.
Love dogs. Ryan, you scored 27 points on that round,
Excellent.
bringing your total up to 48.
Hell yeah.
I scored 22 on that round, which means you won the round. You won the round.
All right.
And I have a total running score of 53, so I'm still winning the overall game. But you get the gloating rights trophy.
But
for the
where am
round.
I at total?
48.
Damn it. Too far behind.
You're not that far behind.
Listen.
You're now 5 behind. You were 10 behind when we started. That's significant catching up.
I'm going to have to try harder.
Now, Ryan,
Mm-hmm.
I think you'd be interested to know that this week, in honor of the food poisoning card, I got some food poisoning stories off of Reddit.
Oh.
Hey, send us your food poisoning story. Email me, thepoliticsfreepodcast@outlook.com.
I have an alcohol poisoning story.
Do tell.
Have you ever heard of the liquor Everclear?
Yes, I have.
Okay, so back in my teenage years, I got hold of some Everclear. And it got me really messed up really fast, which was great.
Sure it did.
Because that's what I was going for. But I didn't need much of it. So fast forward several years, well, a few years, and Rebecca and I start dating. I meet her cousin for the first time. And he's like, we should get drunk. And I was like, hey, I know this great liquor called Everclear. We should get some of that. And so he's like, great, I'll get some. And the first time I drank it, the guy told me, and I don't know if it's true, but he's like, you got to be real careful with this. You can only have like 1 or 2 shots of this. Otherwise, your intestines will start to bleed. So that's the warning I gave him.
Okay.
So I was real careful with the stuff because I didn't want my intestines to bleed.
Sure.
So Rebecca's cousin's like pounding this straight out of the bottle. And I was like, well, I can't be a little bitch. I got to do the same thing. So I started pounding it out of the bottle. And I got so wasted. It was bad. And this was like one of the first times I had like met Rebecca's parents.
Oh my God.
And so we get back to her parents' place. And by that time, I'm like, I swear to God, I was like borderline alcohol poisoning because I was like, I had to go throw up. I felt like it was nothing comparable to all the times I've been drunk before. Like this was bad. I legitimately thought I was going to have to go to the hospital. So I come in, stumbling into their house and just go straight to the bathroom. And I'm like hugging the toilet, just like, I just want to die.
Ryan.
Yes.
Everclear grain alcohol is 190 proof.
Yes, I know.
190.
Heather,
I thought it was like 80. It's 190.
Yeah, Heather, it's almost 100% alcohol.
Oh my God, that just burns your throat. That makes your throat bleed on one shot.
190 proof is, what's 190 divided by 2?
80, no, 90, no, 95.
95% alcohol.
95 times 2 on a calculator. Yes, I was correct.
Well done.
Thank
My
you.
mental math is not great. I have to do the same thing. So it's 95% alcohol. Yeah, it's not great to pound. It is not a pounding alcohol. Let me tell you that.
No, it is not. My God.
Her parents happen to find the whole situation hilarious.
Oh, good.
So it didn't reflect too negatively on me.
That's kind of cool, actually.
Well,
Ryan, it is time for the Reddit stories. Here we go from MyTal37. One of my favorite stories ever. Mother-in-law is notoriously known for her shit cooking. She was tasked with cooking for a group of 17 for Easter. She makes a beautiful honey ham, and 14 of the 17 of us devoured it. 8 hours later, I'm on my couch, and I break out in burning hives, and I'm sweating uncontrollably. I head for the bathroom and don't leave it for the next 8 hours. That is food poisoning for sure. My fiancé thinks he's in the clear, so he heads to work. As he's driving, he starts to sweat. He ties a bag to his steering wheel, turns around, and heads home, puking violently.
Ties a what to his steering wheel?
A bag.
Oh, so he could vomit in it.
Yeah,
While
because
he's driving.
You can't hold that in. When it's food poisoning, there's nothing you can do. It's coming out of you. Like,
Wow.
It's on a mission. So he's puking into a bag as he's driving home. Next, his brother calls. He's living in college dorms, sitting on the floor of his gross dorm bathroom puking. Eventually, all 14 of us, the 3 vegetarians of the family were lucky, got sick. My father-in-law didn't eat the ham, but there were leftovers in his fridge. Everyone starts getting sick, and the man makes himself a ham sandwich. Gets violently ill later that night. The Easter ham is never touched again. I would never let that woman cook a ham again.
Oh,
Forget
yeah.
it. All right, from Lieutenant Lysol. Got food poisoning from Chinese food. Spent all night puking and pooping. At around 4 a.m., I tried to get up from the toilet, but I was so dehydrated I blacked out. My wife woke me up on the bathroom floor. I had my pants around my ankles, and I was in a pool of my own blood.
Whoa.
When I passed out, I had hit my face on our bathtub, and I broke my nose. Worst of all, it took me like a year to trust Chinese food again. You trusted it again? What is the matter with you? Sir.
It's so delicious, though.
Oh, it is. You know what? I got sick shortly after I had sushi one time. I'm not sure if that was food poisoning or not, if it was just a coincidence and I had a flu or something, but I've eaten sushi again since. So
Yeah.
I guess you come back to the foods you love eventually, even if they treat you bad sometimes. All right, from Blueberry Trees. This is kind of a long one, but stick with me. I was studying abroad in Ecuador, and on the group's last night there, we all went to a seafood restaurant with one of the locals. I had a tasty dish with a whole crab on top. At the end of the meal, the local convinced me and the coordinator that we should break open the crab's body and eat the gooey stuff inside.
Oh, no.
It was disgusting. And then he told us it was literal crab shit.
Oh.
Fast forward about 24 hours, and my plane home has finally landed at the airport. My parents and my boyfriend pick me up, and we drive back to my parents' house. That night, not long after we all went to bed, I woke up with my stomach feeling awful. I had gotten intestinal parasites in my first week in Ecuador, so I was used to stomach pain, and this was up there with the worst of it. I rushed to the bathroom and had some awful diarrhea, and while that was happening, I had to reach over for the trash can and vomit. I then got intensely dizzy and barely had time to clean myself up before I started slowly falling to the ground on the edge of losing consciousness. It's the physically closest to death I think I've ever felt. I managed to pull my pants up before crawling out of the bathroom and into the doorway of my childhood bedroom where my boyfriend and I had been asleep. I called out to him and told him what happened, and he went to get my parents as I tried to stay awake. They got me some medicine and water. I went back to bed, but first told them, I'm bringing boyfriend with me to the bathroom for the rest of the night because I don't want this to happen again.
Mm-hmm.
I think my boyfriend earned a new level of respect from my dad that night for helping his daughter not pass out and die while explosively shitting. The diarrhea lasted a couple of days, but for almost 2 weeks after, I couldn't eat much of anything without intense stomach aches. It was not a fun couple of weeks. And then I just love this. Too long, didn't read. I ate literal crab shit in Ecuador and then almost died on the toilet. Boyfriend impressed my dad by being my shit sentinel.
Heather, have you ever cleaned crab before?
No, I remember we went crabbing like one time when we were younger, and it was like so vicious because you have to like, trigger warning for animal lovers, you have to smash the crab's face into something to rip its shell off of its back, like while it's still alive.
Yeah, no, that's not how it's done, but
okay, well, that's how we were doing it, and it did not feel good.
No, they get boiled alive first.
Oh,
and
okay.
Then you smash their face.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding.
Just
No, it's so we went fishing and crabbing a couple years back.
Mm.
And we ended up with like the maximum amount of crab you can get for your daily fishing license, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, cool, like we're gonna have fresh crab. I love fresh crab. Never cleaned it before. It's always been cleaned and prepared for me. So you're just like breaking it out of the shells to eat the meat, right? And so we get home and I start cleaning the crab, and it is the nastiest smelling thing that I had to go outside in the middle of summer to do this, right? And I swear to God, with that first crab, there were flies on me like almost instantly. They were buzzing all around, and I'm like sitting there trying to keep the meat covered and like just trying to power through it using the hose. You got to wash out all the crap and stuff that's in there. And I got through like 5 of those crabs. I'm like, that's it. This is too tedious. It's not even worth it for the meat. And I went on the Nextdoor app and I was like, hey, got some fresh crab. It's free. All yours. First come, first serve. And like my Nextdoor app blew up. Like I was just getting message after message for this crab. And so some lady finally showed up and took all the crab off my hand. But I was like, she got like 10 fresh crab for free.
Nice, because that's expensive stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's like crabs are like the pomegranate of seafood. Like, it's just not worth it. All right, from a Supo. Believe it or not, iced tea. Turns out it was 2 months past expiration. Tasted fine, but I became so violently ill that I wished for the sweet release of death. That's about how it feels, I'm not going to lie. And finally, from Cody J. About 14 years ago, I was dating this girl. I had just gotten to her house, which was about a 90-minute drive from my house. I went to her kitchen and got a glass of water. I had just finished a pint when she said that there was a problem with the water supply. Apparently, there was some dead cattle found in the reservoir.
Oh, no.
I know. So initially, I thought I was fine, but the next day, I was never so sick in my entire life. I was literally pissing out of my ass for the entire day, and it was really painful. It was so bad, I thought we should bottle the water and call it revenge. Not a bad idea. Good Lord.
Let's say we went to a coastal town for a weekend once, and their water supplies, like all the restaurants, everybody had green water.
Mm.
And they're like, and there were notices up everywhere. Algae grew in the water supply. It is harmless. It's been cleaned, blah, blah, blah. It just has a green tint. Don't worry about it. And it was the foulest tasting water. I was just like, nope, not drinking your water.
But you sound like you tried it first.
I did, because they said it was safe. So I was like, I don't see why all these restaurants would lie about that. And potentially get thousands of people sick over tainted water supply. But the water was awful, tasted awful, smelled awful. And I just stuck with bottled water while we were there.
Reminds me of the water that we grew up with out of a well, which has a very sharp mineral taste to it.
Yes.
It takes some getting used to. It really does.
Yeah, I mean, when you drink it for over a decade, you get used to it.
True.
And then you taste bottled water, you're like, what is this? Liquid gold?
It's true. It's true. Oh, man. All right, folks. That's all we got for you this week. Remember to send us your stories, thepoliticsfreepodcast@outlook.com. And share the podcast this week. If you've been listening, if you've been loving it, tell somebody about it. Share it with them using the share icon right there in your podcast app. That would be brilliant. And other than that, have a pleasant, wonderful, happy, joyous, incredible week.
Until we play again.